Yeah, when I go around race meetings, one of the things that participants ask me straight away is, how's the industry going and are we broke? The good news is, no, we're not broke. Look, and if people look at it in your reports, you can see that we've been saving some money over the last couple of years. Yes, we didn't have a great year in 23-24, but since then we've been having surplus and we'll have another surplus this year, which is important because we need that money. We need to reinvest in the sport. We need to build a new Sydney Metropolitan Racing Precinct to replace Wentworth Park. We need to upgrade all the tracks and clubs, so we need that money. And we also need to give prize money increases as well. We've increasing prize money right across the board throughout 2026 for like $2 million. And that basically will get participants back to where we were in 2024. Yes, well, I acknowledge that there was a prize money decrease in the past, but we want to correct that. So from 1 January this year, we increased prize money, country prize money by $350,000. And for 1 July this year, we'll actually increase all prize money by $1.65 million. Some of that will be taken up by the increase in the Greyhound Clubs Australia in terms of group racing, but it'll filter right through to provincial and metropolitan racing. So all participants will get an opportunity to have more prize money. So it'll be an increase overall of $2 million this calendar year. And look, we're looking to increase again next year. It's a priority for us. We know that's been a few years since participants have had a prize money increase, actually been a reduction. So we're conscious of the fact that, you know, they're finding it tough at the moment, like all people are in terms of fuel and cost of living pressures. So it's a priority for us to also give them another prize money increase in 2027.
You mentioned the annual report, people can see our finances, it's there for all to see. There's $70 million in reserves and investments, it's tied up. Is this to fund the closure of the industry? Yeah,
that's just rubbish and probably comes from the anti-racing movement, quite frankly. That's there as a war chest. We've done well, we've saved. We're now going to be ploughing that back into building a Sydney Metropolitan Racing Precinct, which is going to cost many millions of dollars, and upgrading tracks around our footprint so that we can have the best clubs in Australia. We haven't really invested in them largely, and when I travel interstate, I'm a little bit taken aback by the amount of investment that's happened elsewhere, and I like to get our clubs up to that level as quickly as possible. All of that takes money, and it'd be great to do more. And if we got all the revenue that we produced and it didn't go to other racing codes, and we got all our returns from point of consumption, we'd do a lot more. But with what we've got, we can do a lot, and I think the sport's got a very good future when it comes to how it's got enough money to now reinvest in itself. Prize money is always a big issue, and it's our job to make sure that participants, like anyone else, get a prize money increase, or it's like an employer getting a pay increase, and we're very sensitive to that. And as I said, our focus in 2027 is to make sure we can deliver another one to get them back ahead of the game. So we'll be doing all that, but the money that we've got invested will certainly go towards the Sydney Metropolitan Racing Precinct and the clubs, but there's operational money coming in. I'm not suggesting, look, we are acknowledging that offshore betting has affected our turnover, but there's some new and different things that we want to do. 10-dog race, straight track racing is one of them that we know is going to bring greater investment and greater returns to the sport, and that will then parlay into us being able to provide greater prize money returns to participants.